Hi there, this is Bob from Greybeard Models. Good morning everyone, hope you're all well. Hi guys, just wanted to catch up on the Catalina build. Looking at my reference photographs, the gun emplacement here, or the observation port, this is wrong. It's a very simplified version of what actually existed there. There's also a couple of sink marks here. I'm hoping this is in focus. So what I'm going to do is take the sink marks out, take out these sort of square sections there, these parts in there. They're used in the kit to fit these little semicircular walkways or gun mount things that go in there. The pictures that I've been looking at that don't actually exist, so what I'm going to do is not use them now that I've painted them and weathered them. But there's also some ribbing along the floor section along here, so I'm going to reproduce that ribbing, take out this plastic gun mount that's in the kit, and then use the etch kit to fabricate a more accurate gun mount, which I'll come back to you with in a bit once I've tidied all this up and we've moved on a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to need to modify this somewhat. The other thing that I need to modify is the cockpit area. So the cockpit area here is quite simplified, as I've said before. I've given it a gloss coat and a wash, a little bit of a pin wash which I've wiped back away, but also these areas of floor here, they're obviously there for the benefit of the kit. That's not accurate. The floor actually, on this side here and on that side there, the floor dropped away. There wasn't actually a floor there, and then so what I might do is I'm going to have another look at this and see if I can fabricate this to make this more accurate. The other thing that I found was that did the control wheels here, which are quite a good representation, but in the kit they go from that mounting peg there. There's one on the other side of the fuselage. We'll come back into shot. That's there for the benefit of the kit. It's not accurate. The actual control wheels themselves, it's really hard to do this, you know, when you're trying to zoom in, but the actual control wheels themselves sat across here, and there was actually like a framework that came up and over and back down on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rob out part of that and then make a more accurate representation of the position of the control wheels. Again, that's something that's not quite right. It's done for the benefit of the kit build as opposed to accuracy within the cockpit. The other thing that I've done, bring this into shot, this is the instrument panel. Don't know if I can get it to focus on the dials, but I don't know, just about picking them up. But the dials are now laminated with an acetate, and I can see the sort of markings behind them. Might have to try and do a shot where I zoom in once the cockpit is done. And moving on a little bit more, the pilots are coming on. Need a little bit more paint on those, just to tone them down a bit and get them in the right position. But yeah, quite pleased with that as well. So I'm going to go on and do the modifications to the fuselage, get the gun positions correct, modify the cockpit, and then onwards and upwards. Anyway, right, so just you know, just to show where how the pilots are situated within the cockpit, going to have to be very careful. The clearances between that pilot and the sidewall of the kit and that pilot and the sidewall of the kit are very, very close. Obviously the kit's not designed to have pilots in it, and that's sometimes a problem, you know, when you have a kit that's not designed to have pilots in, you just can't fit them. But I've managed to get away with that. I'm quite pleased with that so far. There's still some detail painting and stuff to do within the cockpit, but I just thought I'd try the canopy, see the canopy fit, and luckily, well, no Bob, not luck, it's skill. The canopy fits perfectly, or as near as perfectly as it, oh, gone out of shot, fits perfectly, and the pilots can be seen through the glazed areas, or the areas that will be glazed or remain glazed after paint, which is really what I wanted to achieve, was to get a flight crew within the kit. So I'm really quite pleased with that. That's I'll have to make sure that the pilots remain in the situations that they're in. Yeah, quite pleased with that. Yeah, so while I was taking a break from the concentration required for scratch building the gun ports, put the wings together for the cat. The fit was pretty good. There's still some little seam marks in here and here, and on the underside there's a few marks in a few gaps there. So I'll just get those filled, but they're done. That's out of the way. I've also got some parts ready for paint. I don't know if this will get in shot, but I've got these parts all ready for primer coat, and so I've got the engine parts in here. These are quick boost resin engines. They're far better than the kit parts. Got the intakes here, which have got little brass etch grills in them. Excuse me, God, throat's a bit croaky this morning. And the exhaust ports are in place there. Give them a primer coat, and then I'll hand paint those before put them on. And the bombs, they're ready for primer coat. So the gun ports and the observation parts of the fuselage come together quite well. I've done a lot of work on the gun ports. There were a number of key things that were missing from the kit. First and foremost, the walkway between the navigator and the rest area here, and the little tail gunner place here. In the kit it was like one great big wide, it's like in my previous video, it was quite a wide walkway, which was nowhere near accurate. It's actually quite a narrow walkway, so I've had to cut that down and mount that in its proper position within the fuselage. The other thing that was missing was the circular walkways. In the kit, there's a massive arc of part that went there. I don't know if I'll get the kit part back. So the kit part is that, which is huge. If you look at that, it's a huge part, and that's not accurate at all. Now, what I've constructed here is a closer representation of what was there. This is actually sort of a convex or concave curve, where the gunner would have the gun mounted here, and the gunner could actually hold on to the handles of the gun, firing the gun, and walk around this arc walkway, and aim the gun. So, you know, that whatever they had in the kit was rubbish, not even close. The other thing, so what right, okay, go back. So what I've actually done is made a proper gun mount in there, and then fabricated this walkway. It's not 100% accurate, but it's a darn sight better than a kit part, and made that part there. I used a tube here. This is a tube part. I think it's out of a, I don't know, some sort of paper roll or something from like a card machine or something. I don't know. But it was in my stash of bits of plastic that I picked up over the years. So I've made that, and the same in the port side. The port side, I've done that as well. So we've got a sort of a more accurate representation of what was there. The other thing that on this wall, the gunners had seats sat against the wall, and they were made from like tubular steel framework, and I've represented that here. I don't know if this will come into focus or whatever, but I've represented that there. That was a fairly straightforward construct with some brass wire. So that's where that is at the moment. So now, apart from the next stage, which would be, let's pick this up again. The next stage will be to deal with the full gun mount here, and to get the cockpit finished. But that's where we are at the moment. Made some pretty good progress during the Christmas period. Obviously lots of other things going on with family and friends and stuff over Christmas, but that's where we are with the kit build at the moment. So hope that's interesting, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers, bye bye.